curtain raiser of Wings India 2026, Asia's largest event on civil aviation, jointly organized by the Ministry of Civil Aviation Authority of India and the Federation of Indian Chambers of Commerce and Industry. We are delighted to have with us today representatives from the aviation industry, state governments, foreign missions in India, and members of the media. Thank you all for being here this evening. We'll now take this opportunity to welcome the distinguished dignitaries with green certificates. I request Mr. Remy Maya to welcome our chief guest, Shri Kinjarapu Ram Mohan Naidu, Honorable Union Minister of Civil Aviation, Government of India, with a green certificate. Once again, a very warm welcome. Thank you, Mr. Maya, for doing the honors.
Shri Ram Mohan Naidu Jarapuji, Honorable Union Minister of Civil Aviation, the guest of honor of today's event, Shri Muralidhar Mohalji, Honorable Union Minister of State for Civil Aviation and Cooperation, respected Secretary Civil Aviation, Government of India, Shri Samir Kumar Sinhaji, Shri Rajesh Nirvan, Director General, Bureau of Civil Aviation Security, Mr. Remy Maya, Chairman, FICCI Civil Aviation Committee, colleagues from the Ministry of Civil Aviation, senior officials from central government, state governments, honorable ambassadors, leaders from the industry, representatives from global aviation organizations, esteemed guests and friends from India. Good evening to all of you. It is my privilege and pleasure as well to welcome you all to this event of curtain raiser of Wings India 2026. I would like to especially welcome the Honorable Minister of Civil Aviation, who has taken time out of his very busy schedule, and he is here with us today. Also, the Minister of State Civil Aviation, who has always been supportive in our all endeavors. As we all know that this is the Asia's largest and flagship event of civil aviation industry and jointly organized by NLA, by Ministry of Civil Aviation, Airport Authority of India and FICCI, that encapsulates the vision, dynamism and resilience of India's civil aviation sector. Wings India 2026 is scheduled at Begumpet Airport, Hyderabad from 28th January till 31st of January 2026. It serves as the ideal platform for national and international stakeholders of civil aviation sector, whether it is aircraft manufacturers, airline operators, airport operators, MROs, FTOs, etc. We all share our ideas, thoughts and discuss new opportunities of investment along with collaboration and partnership on this platform of Wings. If I talk of previous editions of Wings, that is Wings India 2024, it was a testament to India's growing aviation sector with over 130 exhibitors, 25 aircraft on static display, participation for more than 1,500 business delegates and attendance exceeding 1.2 lakh visitors. The event underscored India's position as a global aviation hub. Today, India's aviation sector is growing leaps and bounds and is boosting growth, empowering economies and unlocking endless possibilities. In the recent years, several strategic policies and initiatives such as NCAP 2016 and the UDAN scheme have made travel accessible to common citizens. the number of operational airports in India has been more than doubled 1774 in 2014 to 160 in 2025. And the aim is to increase this number around 350 to 400 by 2047. At the same time, if we compare the number of passengers with previous years, while in previous years it was 13.07 crores, so this year it is 14.38 crore, which is more than 10% in 1 year. And it reflects the expanding capacity and efficiency of Indian aviation sector. At the second Asia Pacific Ministerial Conference, which happened last year in 2024, our Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji launched Delhi Declaration on Civil Aviation, which is a landmark framework to strengthen regional cooperation, to address emerging challenges and foster sustainable growth in Asia Pacific. Honorable PM emphasized that civil aviation is no luxury for few, and reflecting the democratization of air travel, he said, we need to make air travel safe, affordable and accessible to all. Means that air travel should not only be accessible, but it should be affordable also. And safety is our main concern. Building on that momentum, it is important to reflect on the broader vision that is shaping our sector today. India is moving ahead with the bold vision of Viksit Bharat, a developed nation by 2047. And Ministry of Civil Aviation also is working to achieve the vision of Honorable Prime Minister. Under the dynamic leadership of our Honorable Prime Minister, civil aviation is at the heart of this transformation. The future is changing rapidly, whether it is eVTOLs, drones, sustainable fuels, and advanced air mobility, etc. These are redefining how we fly in days to come. And to meet these shifts, the government has been proactively working on key reforms, including regulatory reforms also, which also are equally important, to create an ecosystem which is ready for aviation of tomorrow. Wings India 2026, to be held in the vibrant city of Hyderabad, promises to embrace innovation, investment and international cooperation. I would like to take this opportunity to extend a heartfelt invitation to our international partners, including but not limited to OEMs, investors, innovators and policy leaders.
Minister Shri Ram Mohan Naiduji, Honorable Minister of State Mocha Shri Mohorji, Secretary Shri Samir Sinha, Shri Vipin Kumar Vijay Vikas, my colleague at FICCI, Shri Mati Vij, officials at the Ministry of Civil Aviation, my dear colleagues from the industry, friends from the media, ladies and gentlemen, it is both an honor and a privilege to address you today at the curtain raiser of Wings India, which has emerged as one of the largest civil aviation air shows in the world. The gathering this evening is a clear indication of our industry's resolve to take Wings India 2026 to even greater heights. The government's proactive approach in raising the profile of Wings India with each successive edition highlights its commitment to positioning India as a leader in the global aviation landscape. Friends, Wings India has grown in size and stature. This is in keeping with India's rise in global aviation. But India's aviation sector is not only about record passenger growth and aircraft orders. Today there is a concerted effort from the Government of India to develop a robust aerospace ecosystem. For instance, there is a sharp focus on aerospace component manufacturing to support a well-developed supply chain in India. In the past few months, several Indian companies have won major component manufacturing contracts from foreign OEMs. And Wings India can play the role of catalyst here, bringing the best of India and the best of the world on a common platform. Wings India serves not only as a platform to celebrate India's achievements in aviation, but also as a great forum to showcase India's competencies and competitiveness. Ladies and gentlemen, I've had the privilege of working very closely with the Honourable Minister for some time. And I can say with confidence that the world's fastest growing aviation market is in capable and dynamic hands. Honourable Minister, Feki thanks you for your unwavering support to our collective ambition of building a robust and resilient aviation industry in India. Sir, Feki is working diligently towards making Wings India an event that is bigger and better than its previous edition, more impactful than it has ever been, and more meaningful for all of us. Thank you very much.
Up next, I invite on the stage Shri Asanwa Chubao, Joint Secretary, Ministry of Civil Aviation, Government of India.
Honorable Minister of Civil Aviation, Government of India, Shri Kunjapur Ramanathan Naiduji, Chief Guest for this evening, Shri Muralidhar Mohanji, Honorable Minister of State for Civil Aviation, respected dignitaries on the stage, distinguished guests from across government, industry, media, ladies and gentlemen. A brief presentation on introducing Wings India 2026. As very aptly put by Remy just before me, organizers are Ministry of Civil Aviation, Airports Authority, FICCI, and the Government of Telangana, who is the host state. As mentioned, this event takes place in Begumpet Airport in Hyderabad. The objectives of the event: to pave the way for a sustainable and resilient aviation ecosystem, which also showcases India's growth and innovation. It facilitates dialogue, highlights partnerships across the aviation landscape, and drives technology adoption for future-ready aviation. Glimpses of Wings India 2024. Many of you in this room have been part of that and have been part of the earlier editions too. But many of you may not have been part, so just a few glimpses of that as can be seen. The event format is not new, but it is also has a unique, I would say, aspect to it, because not only do we have an inaugural session, but we also have with a dignitary, but we also have the ministerial plenary, where we have honorable ministers from across countries and across states in India. And there's also a global CEOs forum, where in the past we have been graced by the presence of dignitaries from the aviation industry from across the world. Besides that, we have the round tables and the panel discussions and the exhibition, etc., along with a fascinating air show. The participants, as mentioned, are states and union territories from across the country, ministers and delegates from across the many countries, partner countries across the world, and literally every aspect of the aviation industry, and then also the skill development aspect of it, as well as the education, aviation education domain. The target participation, this is building on what has happened earlier. We are now targeting a larger number in terms of exhibitors, visitors, in terms of foreign delegates, and the plan is to take this event to the next level. Part of Wings will have thematic sessions on a number of important issues, as mentioned, including component manufacturing, advanced air mobility, aviation security, and multimodal logistics, among others. The conference tentative agenda, and as we all know, it's a 4-day event. So the first day will have the inaugural, that is the 28th of January 2026, will have the inaugural. It will also have a number of roundtables besides the ministerial plenary and global CEOs forum, as mentioned earlier. In the evening of the same day, we will also have the Wings India Awards, which is also another major component of this event. Day 2 will be more of the roundtables and the panel discussions, which will continue. And this time, a new component has been added under the, I would say, suggestion by our Honorable Minister. We will be having a cultural evening on the second day of the event. The focus areas for this edition of Wings, besides all the other aspects of civil aviation, will be primarily on two areas. One is aircraft component manufacturing, as mentioned earlier. This is an area where India has got a very strong base and I think growing very rapidly, India has cemented its place in the industry, and this is an area where we'll be focusing on this time. And the other area is advanced air mobility, which is the future of aviation. Awards, as mentioned earlier, is also an area where this is also an event which is very, I would say, is an area which interests a lot of us, especially in the industry. And the knowledge partner will be KPMG. And award categories, there will also be subcategories within this, the major categories. And this event will be held on the 28th of January in the evening. For a event promotional strategy, we are focusing on the national level as well as international. So at the national level, we will be having a series of road shows which will be tied up with the events as displayed on the screen. We'll be having the regional conferences in all the 5 regions of the country, and along with that, we'll be having the road show for this, for the Wings India 2026. And at international level, there are a number of important events that are coming up. Among them being the IATA AGM, which is going to be held in, early next month in New Delhi, the Paris Air Show coming up later in June, and also the ICAO Assembly in Montreal, Canada, where the entire aviation fraternity will converge. And the year will close with the Dubai Air Show. So this is the plan for strategy. So this Wings event 2026 is going to be bigger than before as we planned, and we hope that all of you will be there next year in January at Hyderabad, and the Ministry of Civil Aviation cordially invites all of you, each and every one of you, to this event. Thank you. Jai Hind.
And we now move ahead to an important segment of this evening, the announcement of key initiatives as we look ahead to Wings India 2026.
of Civil Aviation, Sri K. Ramamohan Naidu, Honorable Minister of State for Civil Aviation, Sri Muralidhar Mohal, my colleagues, Sri Bipin Kumar, Chairman Airports Authority of India, Sri Rajesh Nirwan, DG PCAS, Mr. Remy Millard, Chairman FICCI and Civil Aviation Committee and President and MD, Airbus India, Ms. Jyoti Biz, Director General FICCI, distinguished guests, dignitaries from the embassies, industry leaders. I see some colleagues from the state government, also from the central government departments, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen. Bipin has already pointed out, but it's my privilege and pleasure also to welcome you to the curtain raiser of Wings India 2026, Asia's flagship event for civil aviation, a premier platform where vision meets opportunity and stakeholders from across the world shape the future of flight. As we gather here today, it's worth reflecting on the incredible momentum this sector has built, especially in the last decade. India's civil aviation journey, we all know, is nothing short of remarkable. We are now the third largest domestic aviation market and among the fastest growing globally. This growth is not just about numbers, it's about impact on the various sectors of the economy and the overall GDP. Aviation in India, we all know, is people-centric. It powers regional growth, connects communities, boosts tourism, and drives the economy forward. And in that sense, aviation is truly a great enabler. That's why Wings 2026, Wings India 2026 is very, very contextual, and it comes at an important time. Wings India 2026 will spotlight the transformative power of regional connectivity that we have to showcase. Through UDAN, we have brought Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities onto the aviation map. We have turned first-time flyers into frequent travelers. We have opened skies to new possibilities. But as we all know, connectivity needs capacities, and that begins with infrastructure, some with very, very basic infrastructure. And in the past decade, the number of operational airports has doubled. We all know greenfield airports, metro airports, hubs, and world-class terminals are being built with an eye on efficiency, technology, and sustainability. Airports are not confined to the metros or the state capitals. I was talking about the last decade. They are there in India's heartland, almost everywhere, in a small, mid-sized downset as well. Alongside this, India is making its mark on the global aerospace supply chain. This is a very, very important development. Wings India 2026 will also shine light on India's rise as an aerospace manufacturing hub. Global OEMs now source over $2 billion annually from Indian manufacturers. This is by no way a mean amount, including our vibrant MSME sector. This is, ladies and gentlemen, Atmanirbhar Bharat in action. Another area that I would like to highlight, which is gaining renewed focus, is the area of aircraft maintenance. The MRO sector is undergoing a strategic shift. With tax reforms last year and supportive policies, India is becoming an MRO destination for Asia Pacific. This means lower cost for airlines, more jobs for our youths, and stronger service capabilities. I would like to highlight another area related to our investments in the air cargo and logistics. India is investing in air cargo and logistics, from e-commerce to rural exports. Aviation is enabling faster, safer, and more reliable movement of goods. This has benefited all of us. Its reach is far and wide, and this is, needless to say, another enabler of economic activities. On the scaling up, we feel, and justifiably so, that we must scale up responsibly. Sustainability is at the heart of our vision, from sustainable aviation fuel to carbon neutral airports and fuel efficient aircraft, India is taking bold steps to lead the transition to green aviation. Ladies and gentlemen, we are also committed to making aviation more inclusive. We are proud to champion gender diversities in the skies. India has the highest percentage of women pilots in the world, and their numbers are rising across all domains: pilots, engineers, controllers, and most importantly, leaders. Looking ahead, innovation will define the next phase of growth. Wings India 2026 will also spotlight the next frontier: advanced air mobility. Drones, eVTOL, and smart air systems will redefine how we move, deliver, and importantly, connect. With dedicated drone corridors and new policies, India is unlocking the full potential of this future-ready sector. And to support this future, we are also building the right financial ecosystem. We are strengthening aviation finance and leasing. GIFT City is emerging as a global hub. The recent Aircraft Objects Protection Act reaffirms India's commitment to the Cape Town Convention and global best practices. All of this makes Wings India 2026 more than just an industry event. Wings India 2026 is more than an event. It is a vision, a platform, a collaboration. It brings together policymakers, policy players, global players, investors and innovators in a shared mission to shape the skies of tomorrow. As someone who has recently taken over the role of Secretary, Civil Aviation, I look forward to working with all of you. With your support and under the visionary guidance of our honorable ministers and support of my colleagues, I am confident we can achieve something truly meaningful in this sector. Together, let us take Indian aviation to greater heights. We invite the world to join us. Let's co-create, co-invest, and co-innovate. Let's make Wings India 2026 a celebration of progress, partnership, and possibilities. Thank you so much. Jai Hind.
विंग्स इंडिया 2026 के कर्टन रेजर समारोह में मंच पर उपस्थित आज के हमारे चीफ गेस्ट और यूनियन मिनिस्टर ऑफ सिविल एविएशन ऑनरेबल श्री किंजरापू राममोहन नायडू जी, सेक्रेटरी सिविल एविएशन श्री समीर कुमार सिन्हा जी, चेयरमैन एआई श्री विपिन कुमार जी, डीजी विकास श्री राजेश निर्वाण जी, मिस्टर रेनी मेलाड, चेयरमैन फिकी सिविल एविएशन कमिटी एंड प्रेसिडेंट एयरबस इंडिया एंड साउथ एशिया, मिस ज्योति विज, डायरेक्टर जनरल फिकी, और इस सभागृह में उपस्थित आप सभी मान्यवर, हम सब इस अवसर पर विंग्स इंडिया 2026 के कर्टन रेजर कार्यक्रम में शामिल होने के लिए उपस्थित है। मेरा यह मानना है कि ये सिर्फ एक इवेंट की शुरुआत नहीं है, बल्कि देश की सिविल एविएशन सेक्टर में एक नया अध्याय का आरंभ भी है। विंग्स इंडिया 2026 एक ऐसा अवसर है जो सिविल एविएशन सेक्टर से जुड़े उद्योजक, पॉलिसी मेकर्स, इनोवेशन, स्टार्टअप्स और इन्वेस्टर्स को एक कॉमन प्लेटफॉर्म प्रदान करता है। विंग्स इंडिया 2026 में इस बार ग्रीन एविएशन, डिजिटल टेक्नोलॉजी और स्किल डेवलपमेंट ऐसे महत्वपूर्ण विषय पर फोकस किया जा रहा है। आज हमारे देश ने आदरणीय प्रधानमंत्री श्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी के कुशल नेतृत्व में पिछले 11 साल में सभी क्षेत्रों में ऐतिहासिक उपलब्धियां हासिल की है और हमारा सिविल एविएशन सेक्टर इसका एक शाइनिंग एग्जाम्पल है। देश में एयरपोर्ट का विस्तार और कनेक्टिविटी का एक सशक्त नेटवर्क, ये सब माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी के विजनरी नेतृत्व की एक उपलब्धि है। सिविल एविएशन मंत्रालय द्वारा हमारे यंग और डायनेमिक हमारे मिनिस्टर माननीय राममोहन नायडू जी के नेतृत्व में अनेक महत्वपूर्ण कदम उठाए जा रहे हैं। जहां 2014 में हम सबको मालूम है कि देश में केवल 74 एयरपोर्ट्स थे लेकिन वही आज देश में एयरपोर्ट की संख्या है 160। ये बड़ी उपलब्धि है और मुझे विश्वास है कि बहुत जल्द हम 200 से भी अधिक एयरपोर्ट का लक्ष्य भी पारित करेंगे। आदरणीय प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी की परिकल्पना से वो कहते हैं कि उड़े देश का आम नागरिक, ये जो संकल्पना है यानी कि उड़ान योजना, इसके माध्यम से अब तक 690 रूट्स और 88 एयरपोर्ट्स पर यह योजना शुरू की गई है। देश के लगभग 1.5 करोड़ से अधिक यात्रियों को अब तक इसका लाभ मिला है। माननीय वित्त मंत्री निर्मला जी ने इस बजट सेशन में अगले 10 साल में यह योजना शुरू रहने की घोषणा भी की है और आने वाले समय में देश में 120 नए डेस्टिनेशन के माध्यम से देश में 4.5 करोड़ यात्रियों को इस योजना का लाभ मिलेगा। आज देश भर में लगभग 1300 विमानों का एक बड़ा नेटवर्क भी तैयार हो रहा है, जो आत्मनिर्भर भारत का प्रतीक है। सिर्फ एक वर्ष 2024 में एयरपोर्ट्स ने करीब 37 करोड़ यात्रियों का स्वागत किया। पूरे देश में हमारे जितने एयरपोर्ट्स हैं, 37 करोड़ यात्रियों पूरे एक वर्ष में पूरे देश में इन्होंने आज प्रवास किया है। पिछले साल 17 नवंबर 2024 इस एक दिन में ही लगभग 5 लाख डोमेस्टिक ट्रैवलर्स ने यात्रा की और एक नया रिकॉर्ड स्थापित किया है। आज हमारे देश में 2.5 लाख से अधिक उड़ानें, 517 से नए रूट्स, 21 ग्रीनफील्ड एयरपोर्ट्स का निर्माण और एविएशन स्किल्स को बढ़ावा देने के लिए प्रशिक्षण केंद्र बनाने का काम तेजी से अब चल रहा है। आज स्वदेशी सस्टेनेबल एविएशन फ्यूल का निर्माण करने का कार्य भी चल रहा है। साल 2050 तक हम एविएशन सेक्टर में नेट जीरो एविएशन के लक्ष्य को भी प्राप्त करेंगे। हमारी सरकार ने एमआरओ सेक्टर को बढ़ावा देने के लिए अनेक निर्णय लिए हैं, जिसमें टैक्स में बड़ी राहत दी गई, साथ ही 100% एफडीआई के लिए भी अनुमति प्रदान की है। ऐसे अनेक पॉलिसी रिफॉर्म्स की वजह से साल 2030 तक हमारा देश एक बड़े एमआरओ हब के रूप में कार्य करेगा। आदरणीय प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी के नेतृत्व में भारत आज विश्व की चौथी अर्थव्यवस्था बनी है। आने वाले समय में आदरणीय प्रधानमंत्री जी के विकसित भारत 2047 के विजन को साकार करने के लिए हम देश में 400 एयरपोर्ट्स बनाने का संकल्प किया है और भारत दुनिया का सबसे बड़ा डोमेस्टिक एविएशन मार्केट बनेगा। इसके साथ ही हम भारत के एविएशन सेक्टर को इनोवेशन, क्वालिटी और आत्मनिर्भरता का केंद्र भी बनाना चाहते हैं। ऐसे अनेक लक्ष्यों को पाने के लिए विंग्स इंडिया 2026 एक महत्वपूर्ण भूमिका अदा करेगा और इसमें अपना योगदान भी देगा।
Shri Kanjarapu Ram Mohan Naidu, Honorable Union Minister of Civil Aviation, Government of India, Shri Muralidhar Mohanji, Honorable Minister of State for Civil Aviation, Government of India, Shri Sameer Kumar Sinha,